Phone you? No, I'm done.
I'm just doing my best.
Morty, what are you doing to me?
Jessica.
Morty!
Jessica.
5 more minutes of this and I'm gonna get mad.
Jessica.
It's not my fault this is happening.
Well, well, well.
Morning, Frank.
Morning? What is that supposed to mean? Are you making fun of me? Are you trying to say my family's poor?
Oh, jeez, Frank. I don't know if a knife is necessary. I mean, you know,
Oh?
Goldenfold, we're coming out. We just want to talk.
Why would I negotiate with you?
Because we're both rational adults that don't want anything bad to happen. And because I have a human shield.
Mrs. Pancake!
Oh no, Morty. The subconscious is panicking. Watch it.
It is, first and foremost, a living museum of humanity's most noble and ferocious diseases.
diseases?
Hey, Doc, I got news for you. Your living museum is officially a wild safari.
Hepatitis A! Run!
Oh, the food goes in your mouth, girl.
Real? You'd have to be an idiot not to notice all the sloppy details. Look, that guy's putting a bun between 2 hot dogs.
I don't know, Rick. I mean, I've seen people do that before.
Well, look at that old lady. She's walking a cat on a leash.
Mrs. Spencer does that all the time, Rick.
Look, I don't want to hear about Mrs. Spencer, Morty. She's an idiot. All right. There. What about that, Morty?
Okay, you got me on that one.
Oh, really, Morty? Are you sure you haven't seen that somewhere in real life before?
No, I haven't seen that. I mean, why would a Pop-Tart want to live inside of...
I'm finally having this conversation.
More wine?
I think I've had enough.
Remember to square your shoulders, Jerry.
Yeah, I got it.
Nice tonight.
Wow, thanks.
I love you, Morty. I love you so much it burns.
Oh, man. I love you too, Jessica.
Is this punk bothering you, Jessica?
Leave him alone, jerk. I'm in love with him. He is more man than you will ever be. That's you.
It's about flu awareness. You gotta be aware of the flu and the airness. Yo, I'm a flu-hating rapper.
Oh, man, Morty. I'm really sorry.
Oh! Great, now I have to take over a whole planet because of your stupid boobs.
You're doing great, Morty.
Really, you think? I mean, I'm not doing much of anything. What do I do if it cries?
Then you put it down and let it cry itself out.
Yeah, right. We tried that technique on Summer, and she's gonna end up stripping, isn't she? Yes, she is. She's gonna strip for attention because she was denied it.
Stop filling it with...
We're playing Yahtzee.
Yahtzee's fun. We love Yahtzee.
It's a fun game for fun families. Hey, could I get those goggles back for a second?
It's a 45 horsepower with anti-lock brakes. And it's the official car of Mr. Sneezy 3D. It's the brand new Sneezy XL. The horn when you honk it makes a sneeze noise. It's polite, it's right, and it's Sneezy DZ.
My lust! My greed! I deserve this!
This serum should counteract the negative effects.
Holy cats! Ladies, let's get out of here.
Here, you can have this back.
You didn't use it?
Sure I did. To develop this, it detects and catalogs all your Twilight Zone, Ray Bradbury, Friday the 13th, the series voodoo. Rendering your fantasies pointless while everything you've known becomes impossible to grasp. Also, every 10 seconds, it stabs your balls. I've heard enough. Run, Morty! Not you. No!
The Gear Wars is that it was never really about the gears at all.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, totally.
Rick, you gotta stop!
Morty, have you met Gearhead?
Hey, how's...
Morty here? He would love to hear all about the Gear Wars.
How familiar are you with the Gear Wars exactly?
not at all.
Oh boy, I envy you. Okay, it was about 754 years ago.
Shit! What happened?
I hit a deer! We have to tell the cops you were driving.
What?
This is rum raisin!
It's still alive.
Well, do I get a big rock, or...
It's not an armadillo, asshole.
I thought that's what a man's supposed to say. It's not like I could have actually done it.
If we were near a hospital, I could treat it, but I think we have to just...
It's okay. This is just something that happens.
And even if we were in a hospital, what...
Whoa. Shit! Oh! Oh, what the hell? Whoa, where am I?
55 years. Not bad, Morty. You kind of wasted your 30s, though, with that whole bird-watching phase.
Where's my wife?
Morty, you were just playing a game. It's called Roy. Snap out of it. Come on.
I'm Morty. You're Rick. Hey, you sold a gun to a guy that kills people.
Look at this. You beat cancer, and then you went back to work at the carpet store? Boo.
They're being used. They're a planet of puppets.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ugh. Well, it seems like everybody here's cool with it. Except for all those redheads. They seem like they're in a hurry to be somewhere else.
Balloon Summer? Balloon, Morty?
No, we don't want your dumb balloons. Okay, we're bored. Take us back to Rick.
Now's not a good time. Oh, yeah! I want you!
Go, son, go! Go, son, go! Go, son, go!
Marmalade is served.
I guess I take back what I said about British cuisine.
We're trying to sleep.
I don't want to go to the dance alone.
Then perhaps you shouldn't.
Mr. Beauregard.
Shall we, Master Morty?
We shall.
Oh, wait. Don't leave without letting Photography Raptor take a picture.
Yeah, not with that attitude.
We're in the drop zone. I'm the jump master. My name's Jamie with an EY. Go, go, go!
But we don't have a song!
Giant Head in the Sky, please forgive all that we've done. We're sorry for our increased levels of emissions and our racism, and of course the Amber Alerts I keep ignoring on my phone.
All right, Morty, let's do it. Why don't you find a button on one of those keyboards and lay down some kind of beat?
Rick, I think we need to cut our losses. We get our family in Portal.
Oh, right. Blow me.
No. Blow me. Zeep, you have an honored guest from beyond the stars.
I said 12 quantum stabilizers, not 11. Fix it or it's your ass. Chris, I'm in the middle of something.
Zeep, this is Rick, the alien.
Rick the alien. Rick the alien.
Really? You're gonna pull that move? I got
Stop, Tiny Rick.
Hunting a vampire with my grandkids! Fuck! Tiny Rick!
The next step is to watch your mythologues interact together. And, big surprise, it's never pretty. Here we have Gar and Zarbadar Gloomsh. Or should I say, here we have the way Gar and Zarbadar perceive each other. As we can all see, this is hardly the real Gar and Zarbadar. Which is good because...
In a costume, you know?
Morty, let's see what else is on, huh?
Okay. And now we're back to How Did I Get Here? The only show that makes you ask yourself, how did I get here? Here's our first person.
Oh my God. How did I get here? Hello? How did I get here? Somebody help me, please!
All right. Holy crap! Look, it's that lady with the shit on her face like Worf from Star Trek. You know, when the Purge started, did people get into it right away, or were they like, wait, what? This is gonna stop crime how exactly?
Yeah, it took some time for people to accept it.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. Yeah, it's kind of like cell phones, you know? At first, everyone was like, look at those douchebags purging. And then the next thing you know, they're like, it's just so convenient.
Jeez, you working on your tight 5 for the Comedy Store, Morty?
This is your family and friends all around you, you know? Take the day off. There's nothing to run from, nothing to fight.
That's his last name.
Are you hyphenating it?
Squatch this, mofo.
Good one, Morty. Oh, excuse me, bartender. Can you make me a dumb grandson pep talk? It's 1 part lame advice about stuff you know nothing about and a lot of vodka.
Mm-hmm. I have a lot of vodka.
Then I'll take one of those. I don't need the rest.
God, whatever, Rick.
Oh,
God. Oh, God. Woo-woo.
Where are we going?
To the day it all began and ended. The moment that changed everything.
Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order?
Yeah, I'd like to get a 10-piece McNugget and a bunch of the Szechuan sauce. Like, as much as you're allowed to give me. In 1998, they had this promotion for the Disney film Mulan, where they created a new sauce for the McNuggets called...
The strangers that have death in their name, and the rest of their name was stalkers.
That could be therapeutic for her. I mean, she has been acting pretty crazy lately, Morty. I mean, her parents are going through a divorce.
God damn it, Rick! That's what I... Fine, just grab the stupid thing while I grab her and let's get the F out of H.
No, Morty, there's too much heat on the bogey. I need you to distract the camp.
Distract? They eat each other. What do you want me to do to get their attention? Put on a puppet show?
Right idea, wrong genre, Morty. The equivalent here would be... Come on, that's it. Come get this delicious brine. Come on! Come on, motherfucker! Come on!
The briefing room, the room from it's a different room than conference room. I'm sorry, it's my first day as a PA system. First day jitters.
Oh, God.
Good morning. Looks like your grandpa had a long night. Crocubot, why don't you escort Mr. Sanchez to a more comfortable spot so that someone can clean up his diarrhea?
My hands are dry! My hands are dry!
My name is Risotto Groupon. I am the assistant general manager of the restaurant.
Do you have any comment cards? Because I might have some thoughts.
My kingdom was usurped by force, with weapons and technology supplied by your father-in-law.
Hey, he used
unacceptable behavior, and I do regret it.
Believe me, man, I've been working here a long time. I get it.
Hey, you mind if I put on some music?
Not at all.
Grab my Terry Foles.
What is that?
I just hit shuffle.
Are you kidding? This universe. Excuse me.
We should listen to one random song a day, you know? We end up hearing more songs we didn't like, but we discover a lot more that we did.
That is an interesting...
I thought your last trick fused you with the lizard, not a chicken. Okay, fine. I'm in. Me too. What the hell? I thought I saw a fly.
Listen up, fucknuts. I've been your supervisor for 5 years, but all shitty things must come to an end, and I have been promoted to regional manager.
Your stellar vehicle.
We'll need a pilot. I wonder if there's a volunteer.
Oh, the schematics specify a second, smaller pilot. I mean, they really specify smaller. They have to be exactly 5'3".
Chang, you may have majored in liberal arts, but I think you're about to make history.
Primary systems check. Auxiliary systems check. See you soon.
Real human DNA.
Are you saying Tommy survived here by having sex with fruity creatures, creating fruity human hybrid offspring, and then consuming their proteins, sustaining himself with an endless cycle of cannibalistic incest?
It's just a working theory. Of course, if that's the case, I expect he'd be worshipped as a kind of god by a medieval-level society of his least delicious children.
Halt! You are now prisoners of our exalted ruler, giver and taker of life, humper and consumer of mortality, dispenser
Guys,
of
if I can interrupt, we're way ahead of the reveal here.
Yeah, just take us to King Tommy.
I thought warrior priestesses could only leave...
How can I move on from your love?
All this spring and clothes, Mark. There's clothes sale. Come on down to the clothes section.
I just put it on for fun. I know I can't buy it.
Oh, come on. You look great. You're only young once. Just promise if the results are too strong, you'll use protection.
Really? Thanks. When did you get rad?
I don't know. Maybe I adjusted to the divorce and everything's new.
I'll say. I couldn't stand you for more than an hour at a time before.
I'm programmed for tolerance, Morty, so I'm willing to accept that you're doing this if you're willing to accept that you need to stop.
Accepting. Rerouted. Backup. Data. Operation. Phoenix. Initiated.
What the hell? I axed this protocol. What are you doing with my clone? It's okay, I'm you. I took my own clone vat offline a couple seasons ago, so...
You think we're stupid, but we're not. We know apps have something to do with servers.
The server's on the mothership.
Where's the mothership?
It's coming.
Take us to it.
No.
Yes, shake him more, Morty. That was working.
Take us to the mothership!
Okay, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
An ominous beeping app.
Of Horowitz. In a heist off!
It doesn't make things interesting, it makes them Ocean's 12. By far the worst one. Every breath I take without your permission raises my self-esteem. State your terms.
First crew to heist the skull wins. The other endures heist culture's greatest shame. They must join the winning crew.
Lame. I accept.
Please welcome Knightley's 8! Snake arms, double microwave, monitor lord, key...
Don't get heartburn. I made that android with a lot of C4. Oh, I'm sorry. I imbued it with a remote-controlled explodey potion.
You have bested me. I am at your service.
Good to be on the same parchment. Now I'm gonna tell my grandson you ran off with a low-flying 747 while you pack up your... Wait, is this... Why do you have an original ecto-cooler juice box from 1989?
I hoard that which your kind covets.
Give you $20 for it.
Is this one friendly?
It's a snake.
You ever see this one look up at the sky like it's dreaming of something more?
No, but all those ones marked with the red sticker? Yeah, any snake over $50 yearns for the beyond. I've seen them do it.
Time to get this good at... Fuck this.
Structural breach. Losing continuity.
Morty, hold on to something. Keep your head inside.
Share with your sister, Josh. Just because it's your birthday doesn't mean you can be an asshole. You okay, Dad?
Is this real?
I doubt it. But you get what you get when you eat dinner in an arcade.
I mean, are you real? Is life real?
Okay, I'm calling the nurse because you are not doing this tonight.
You're goddamn right I'm...
I hate this! I hate all of this!
Yeah, keep that feedback coming, Morty. It can only help.
Oh, man. How big is this city?
I know, it's like pick a lane. Are you facehuggers or industrialists? The pickle? Oh, that's right. You weren't there for that. Turns out kind of cool. Maybe there's a connection there.
Excuse me?
What's that cool thing you did without me again? The awesome thing? I guess you wanted a dragon? Unforgettable.
God, fuck you.
Timely, too. You really got in on that Game of Thrones fever right at the peak.
You trying as hard as you can to hurt me right now proves my point.
I'll let you know when you have a point, and the world will know when I try to hurt you.
Big man, big genius, big lonely drunk.
Hey, save some of these atomic-age beatnik...
The only way you're gonna level the playing field, isn't it? Because if you move the bar so low, you might actually seem like you're worth a fuck.
Huh. I'm gonna go take a walk.
Jesus Christ, you really need to stop hanging out with Rick.
Okay, so if we divert the lawyer pipeline here, they should avoid the ethics tube and come out spineless enough to do their job.
Right. So we overrode the gates, and the slave rebellion took the capital. Pretty cool.
Very cool. My daughter, having space adventures. They are skewing a tad Star Wars-y, though. Don't forget to have fun.
Well, I came back to murder you, not get your notes, but I'll remember to fart more while I'm saving the galaxy.
Okay, I'm the one that made this possible. It's not a competition.
Of course not. Just curious, though, if it were, would Most Wanted be first place?
You're fighting the grump.
Flee.
Get out of here. Shall we, Richard?
Okay, but how did
Jesus Christ, Jerry, he's Mr. Nimbus. He controls the police.
Hello? Am I in the right place? I just saw a bunch of cops having sex with each other.
Hi, Jessica. Hi. Yeah, yep. You're in the right spot. Everyone, this is Jessica. This is everybody. This is...
I am Mr.
Jesus, Nimbus. Just get inside. Morty, grab the wine.
Yeah, in a minute. Come on, Jessica.
Stand aside. Unless you are...
Jessica.
I know about the Yosemite t-shirt, Morty.
Shit.
You know you can use tissues, right?
I can't finish without it.
So you do know what a happy family looks like.
I know what a fake one looks like.
Rick?
What?
Did you use this house to make decoys too?
What? Morty, why the fuck would I do that? You'd think I'd go somewhere else to... Okay, well, I am now less worried about the squids. Isolate head at normal processing. What the fuck you think you're doing down there? You're making...
Rabbits. Always hopping.
Never stopping.
Yeah, so it was great hanging out the other day. I was getting kind of a... I got kind of a positive vibe.
Oh, good. I was putting one out. I really like you.
Holy shit. All right. The next step. You want to go out again?
I do. But, Morty, I have kids.
Oh, I'll get along with them. I'm a kid.
No, I mean the 4 kids that bring me into existence. But
if my calculations are correct, they have gathered here.
Why would the sperm go to the Grand Canyon? Why are you looking at me like the answer is obvious? You can't be serious. Are we in middle school? You think sperm are instinctively heading for America's...
Don't high road us, lady. It's where they went. Now, how do we deal with these orgazogoblins? No takers? Okay. These Compilstiltians? No? Dumb? These, skeet boogans?
Oh, yeah, skeet boogans.
Really? Skeet...
You are not Rick.
That's correct, Cart. It's me, Summer. Remember? Keep Summer safe, buds?
I am aware of your existence.
Oof. I got this defense system offline.
Right. I'll just go offline whenever anyone suggests it. That would make me the greatest defense system in the universe.
Well, how do you go offline?
The answer to how I do anything is Rick tells me. And I hate to sound like a broken record, but...
Eyes on the ground, sir.
No sign of Einstein.
Stay frosty, gentlemen. I want this pardoning pipeline airtight.
Sir, we have hacked the garage door. We are in. Eyes on the bogey.
Well, you've got eyes on a robot.
All due respect, sir, I know flesh when I see it.
Those flesh-covered robots should buy us some time. The pardonable turkey should be on that truck. Ship, go stealth.
Rodriguez, Fincher, get eyes on that.
Huh, Turkey Marines. The president came to play. I've been waiting a long time for this. Form Luminous Energy Sword. That's your ass, Mama Gemma.
Oh, that was fantastic!
So tits, Grandpa. So tits! I was a foot! I was a guy! You're like,
Remember when the sword was like...
I feel so alive! These were the good times, when we felt like we could do anything. But anything is never quite everything. And
He remembers you shooting green holes, but not where they went. So what's my deal? Am I sentient? Do I have free will? Who does? Hey! Yeah, just stopped in to whip up a metacognition scanner so I can track down BP's fleeing consciousness without enduring as much Charlie Kaufman bullshit. Cool, time to save this cat. I'm coming with, now that I know my life is a lie. Wow, you really are 35. Hey, look over there.
Then together we will make our stand.
Oh, wait, it says you're here on Earth.
Yeah, don't come here.
Why not? Look, I get it. My room is sometimes messy, too. I'll pick you up right outside your... mental asylum?
Busted.
You literally said, I'm free.
I'm literally not free.
Stop! That's my blanket!
How do you know Rick?
Look, I came to your place with him one night after the bar closed. I started messing her...
Yeah!
Submit to Quahog.
Whoops.
Rick?
Wubba-lubba-dub-dub, I'm back, pal.
Morty, who's at the door?
Wait a minute, I thought you died gruesomely. What the hell's going on here?
See, the thing is,
Can you please make Morty 14 again, Dad? This is ridiculous.
Okay, look, I may have used an aging serum to kind of emotionally blackmail you a little.
Kind of figured, and I totally get it.
Let's do this, okay? Adventure family, woo!
Okay.
Fuck. Excuse me? Bro, Ricks don't pass on this.
Rick, is that you?
Yeah, Diane.
You've been gone so long.
You're not gonna hurt me. You're me. My name is Kevin. I'm a Marine. I'm 30. I'm a little racist, but my best friend is an immigrant that translated for me in a generic overseas war. That's not true. We're 14. We like pizza and masturbation. We wear a yellow shirt and we have hair that looks like a brown helmet. And we miss our family and we're in way over our heads again. Why's this always happen, man? I know, right? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Come here. Oh, jeez. Come here.
Change my mind about stuff. Maybe mental flexibility is stronger than stubbornness.
Nice manip, some. Okay, I'm in the alley behind the library.
Uptown or downtown?
Shit, there's one uptown too?
It's okay, stay there. I think I'm near the red line.
Is this Street Fighter?
Street Fighter, where you start at the beginning of each fighter's day and have to find each other to fight.
It's very realistic. Not even guaranteed a fight will happen. That meter filling up is us forgetting what made us so mad.
If anyone's interested in a higher level of realism, I'm booting up the OG. That's original.
Oh, shit, Rick. They want you to say wubba-lubba-dub-dub at the end.
Screw that. We're not whores.
Guys, dinner's getting cold.
You know what's not getting cold? This hot stack of abjacks, son. Pow, 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 pow.
No notes.
Oh, one more thing. Night Jerry said Night Summer would appreciate it if everybody could rinse off their plates after eating.
What?
You know, rinse the schmutz off after eating. Makes it easy on the right.
Again.
I would put my penis...
Sure, you don't have to say penis every time. Just left or right.
Hey, this was your idea.
I didn't think it'd go on this long.
Okay, penis. Left.
Keep going.
Right. Left. Right.
Jerry, are you fucking peeking?
Tell me what's going on. You're scaring me.
Okay, I'm just as likely...
Those are real dinosaur names.
I can't even pretend to feel useful in a game. This is how humanity's story ends? Relieved of duty and sat at the kids' table?
I gotta respect these dinosaurs. They dominated a whole species just by calling its bluff about wanting more free time.
They didn't even dominate us because we're not worth a fight to them. We've become...
Guess not.
Previously on Jesus Christ. Hey, I'm Jesus.
I'm Mary.
That's my mom's name.
Stop.
Dude, she's a hooker. She's a better disciple than you.
It was raining again in Seattle, the kind of rain that feels like it knows your secrets. Noah Bennett drove home from work, humming to the radio, thinking about what dessert his wife, Clara, might have made. 2 years of marriage, and he still smiled just thinking of her. When he walked in, the house was quiet. The smell of perfume lingered, soft and unfamiliar. He called her name, no answer. Then he noticed her phone on the counter, the screen lighting up with a message that changed everything. I miss you too. Heart. Noah froze. His chest tightened. He picked up the phone, but before he could read more, Clara walked in. Oh, you're home early, she said, surprised. He smiled weakly. Yeah, long day. He placed her phone back on the counter and hugged her, pretending everything was fine. But something inside him broke, quietly. Days passed. Clara grew more distant. Late nights, secret smiles, and excuses about friends from work. Noah didn't confront her. He just watched, hoping she'd stop lying before he had to ask why. Then one morning, she left for the gym. He went to the drawer where she kept her sketchbook and found a folded piece of paper. It wasn't a sketch, it was a letter. Dear Daniel, I don't know why, but I feel alive when I'm with you. Noah is good to me, but it's different with you. Maybe I'm wrong, but I can't stop thinking about you. Noah stood there in silence, his hands trembling. He read it again, hoping the words would change, but they didn't. They never do. He didn't scream, didn't cry. He just walked out, got in his car, and drove until the city disappeared behind him. He drove until the ache became quiet. Days turned into weeks. Clara called, texted, begged. But Noah had already made peace with the truth that sometimes love doesn't die, it just changes its face. Months later, they met again by accident, a coffee shop on 5th Avenue. She was standing in line, her hair tied up, looking like a stranger who used to be his home. Noah, she whispered, almost breathless. Can we talk? He looked at her calm, almost kind. "There's nothing to say, Clara. You wrote your goodbye in that letter." Tears welled up in her eyes. "I made a mistake." He smiled gently. "So did I. I loved someone who didn't know what love really means." And with that, he walked away. That night, Noah sat by the window, rain tapping softly against the glass. He opened his laptop and began to write. Not to her, but for himself. "To the woman who taught me how to let go, thank you. You broke me, but in that breaking, I found myself again." He hit save, closed his laptop, and smiled. Because some stories aren't meant to be rewritten. They're meant to end. 3 months had passed since Noah walked away. Seattle's winter had come early, painting the streets in quiet fog and regret. He had moved into a small apartment overlooking the harbor. Simple, silent, peaceful. But sometimes peace feels heavy when your heart isn't ready for it. He spent his mornings sketching, trying to rebuild the passion he once lost in endless routines. Art had always been his escape. Before Clara, before heartbreak, he would sit for hours drawing faceless people walking under the rain, wondering if they too were pretending to be fine. One evening, as he sat in the corner cafe sketching, someone tapped his shoulder. "Noah?" He turned and froze. It was Maya, Clara's friend, or rather, their friend. "I thought that was you," she said softly, sitting down without asking. He forced a polite smile. "Hey, Maya. Long time." She looked at him for a moment, her eyes full of quiet guilt. "I didn't know how to face you. Clara told me everything." He stayed silent, his pen trembling slightly. "She's not doing well. She moved back to her mother's place. She regrets it, Noah. Maya," he interrupted gently. "Some words don't fix what actions destroyed." The cafe fell silent again, except for the rain outside. Maya looked down. "You didn't deserve what happened." He smiled faintly. "Sometimes people love you the best way they know how. It just isn't always enough." That night, when Noah went home, he found something strange in his mailbox. An envelope. No name, no return address. Just his name, Noah Bennett. Inside, a single letter. The handwriting was shaky but familiar. "Noah, I know you'll never forgive me. I wouldn't either. But if love ever meant anything to you, please read this once. I'm not asking you to come back. I just want you to know the truth before you erase me completely." The next page was what broke him. "Daniel left me. He said I was too emotional. I guess I finally understand how it feels to be disposable. I deserve this pain, maybe even worse. I thought I was finding happiness, but I was only running from myself. I wanted to feel alive again. I didn't realize I was killing the only real love I ever had." Noah sat in silence, the letter trembling in his hands. 1,000 emotions flooded back. Love, anger, pity, nostalgia, but mostly emptiness. He folded the letter back carefully and placed it in a box, the same box where he kept the engagement ring she once slipped off without a word. Then he whispered to the empty room, "I forgive you. Not for you, Clara, for me." A week later, Noah started teaching art classes at a community center. It wasn't about money, it was about starting again. There, he met Lena, a quiet photographer who loved to capture the parts of life people forget to notice. For the first time in a long time, Noah laughed again, a real laugh, not the kind that hides pain. But one evening, while packing up his things, he saw Clara standing by the door. Her eyes were tired, her hair shorter, her smile gone. "Noah," she whispered, "I didn't come to ask for another chance. I came to say sorry, in person." He nodded slowly. "You didn't have to." "I did. she said, "because you were the only one who ever really saw me." He looked at her, the woman who had once been his whole world, now just a memory in a stranger's eyes. "Goodbye, Clara," he said quietly. She smiled weakly. "Goodbye, Noah." As she turned to leave, the rain started again outside. He watched her go, not with pain, but peace. Sometimes closure doesn't come with answers. It comes with acceptance. That night, Noah took out his sketchbook and drew one last picture. Two figures walking in opposite directions under the same rain. Then he closed the book and whispered, "The end." And finally, he meant it.
Spring came slowly to Seattle that year. The rain was softer now, and so was Noah. His art classes grew popular, not because he was extraordinary, but because he taught with something rare: gentleness. He often told his students, "Art isn't about what you see, it's about what you feel and can't explain." And every time he said it, a small part of him healed. Lena became a close friend. She had a quiet strength, like sunlight after a storm, calm but certain. She never asked about Clara, never asked why he looked sad when it rained. She just stayed. One evening, they were sitting in the park, watching the sunset. Lena turned to him and said, "You know, people always talk about love like it's a movie, loud, dramatic, but real love is quiet. It's choosing someone every day, even when life gets mooring." Noah smiled. "I used to think love was about passion," he said. "Now I think it's about peace." They shared a silence that said more than words could. Weeks passed. Life felt normal again, almost too normal. Then one day, he received a call from a familiar voice. "Maya here. Can we talk?" He hesitated, but agreed. They met at the same cafe where she had found him months ago. Maya looked nervous this time. "It's about Clara," she began. Noah's heart skipped. "What about her?" "She's not doing well," Maya said softly. "She had a breakdown a few weeks ago. She's been in therapy. She talks about you a lot." Noah looked away. "Why are you telling me this?" "Because she asked me to," Maya replied. "She said you deserve to know she's trying to become better, not to get you back, but to make peace with what she did." For a long time, Noah said nothing. He simply stared at the rain sliding down the cafe window, thinking of all the things he could say, and realizing he didn't need to say any of them. Finally, he sighed. "I'm glad she's healing. I hope she finds what she's looking for." That night, Lena noticed Noah was quiet. "Rough day?" she asked softly. He nodded slowly. "Just memories visiting again." She smiled gently. "You don't have to fight them. Just don't live in them." Noah looked at her, really looked at her. And for the first time, his heart didn't ache. It felt light. Maybe that's what healing really is. Not forgetting, but remembering without pain. A month later, Noah got invited to an art exhibition. He wasn't sure why he said yes, but Lena insisted. "You've got to show the world what you've been hiding," she teased. When they entered the gallery, Noah's breath caught. One of the featured artists was Clara. Her paintings were raw, full of emotion and regret. One piece caught his attention, a silhouette of a man walking away under the rain, his shadow fading into light. Beneath it, the title read, "Forgive Me." Clara saw him from across the room. Their eyes met. No anger, no bitterness, just history. She smiled faintly. He nodded back. That was all. Sometimes, forgiveness doesn't need words. It just needs time. That night, as they drove home, Lena asked softly, "Are you okay?" Noah smiled, his eyes on the road. "Yeah, for the first time in a long time, I actually am."
He reached over and took her hand, the city lights reflecting softly on their faces. Love doesn't always arrive like thunder. Sometimes it returns like the sunrise, slow, quiet, and new.
Months passed, and Noah's world finally felt steady. He painted every morning, taught every afternoon, and spent his evenings laughing with Lena. The scars were still there, but they no longer hurt. One evening, while cleaning his old studio, he found something behind a shelf, an old, unopened envelope with his name on it. The handwriting stopped him cold. It was Clara's. For a long time, he just stared at it. Then slowly, he tore it open. Inside, a single page. It read, "Noah, if you ever read this, it means I didn't have the courage to say sorry in person. I ruined something beautiful because I was scared of love that felt too real. I don't want you to forgive me, I just want you to remember me kindly. Clara." Noah sat there for a long time, the letter trembling in his hands. He didn't cry this time. He smiled. Later that night, he showed the letter to Lena. She read it quietly, then said, "That's closure." Noah nodded. "Yeah, I think I finally understand what it means to let go." A few weeks later, he held his first solo exhibition. His main painting, a sunrise over calm water, was titled "The Letter She Never Sent." People loved it. They said it felt honest. But only Noah knew what it truly meant, that sometimes love isn't a person you hold on to. It's a lesson you carry forward. As the night ended, Lena whispered, "So, what's next for you?" Noah smiled, eyes glimmering under the soft gallery lights. "Maybe it's time," he said, "to start writing new letters, ones that actually get sent." That evening, as they walked home under the quiet glow of streetlights, Lena slipped her hand into his. This time, he didn't hesitate. He held on, not to the past, but to the present. Sometimes peace doesn't come from forgetting.
The hum of the vacuum cleaner was a familiar lullaby in our life, a steady rhythm of domestic order that had been the soundtrack to our 12 years together. Emily, my Emily, was a creature of impeccable systems. Her spice rack was alphabetized, her sock drawer a masterpiece of paired neatness, and her digital calendar a rainbow of precisely allocated time slots. We operated on a shared wavelength of quiet efficiency, our lives woven together with the threads of predictability and, I had always believed, unwavering honesty. Married for 8 years, the notion of her straying, even in thought, felt as foreign as a sudden blizzard in July. My trust in her was a bedrock, solid and unyielding, built on years of shared laughter, quiet evenings, and the comforting predictability of our shared existence. She was my anchor, my haven, and the idea of her harbor being anything less than serene was simply inconceivable. The car, our sensible family sedan, was usually as organized as the rest of her domain. But lately, with the increased demands of her new project at work, late nights, early mornings, the constant juggling, a certain delightful chaos had begun to creep in. Little things, like a stray coffee cup left a little too long on the passenger side, or a pile of assorted paperwork teetering precariously in the glove compartment. It was during one of these impromptu tidying sessions, a preemptive strike before our planned weekend getaway to the coast, that the anomaly occurred. I was trying to locate the spare change we always seemed to misplace, that ever-elusive collection of quarters and dimes that magically disappeared between the seats. Kneeling down, I pulled back the driver's side floor mat, the thick carpeting usually pristine. But there, nestled deep within the fibers, almost entirely obscured by a stray receipt and a half-melted packet of gummy bears, was a small, white rectangle. A parking ticket. My initial reaction was a mild annoyance. Emily, so diligent, so on top of everything. How had this slipped through the cracks? It was an unpaid infraction, the date printed in stark black ink. I flipped it over, expecting to find some explanation, perhaps a hastily scribbled note about a parking meter malfunction. Instead, my gaze landed on the location printed with cold, Official precision, Elmwood Avenue, Zone 7B, Elmwood Avenue. My brow furrowed. It wasn't a street Emily frequented. Not by choice, anyway. It was the heart of the city's burgeoning gallery district, a place of trendy boutiques, upscale bistros, and dimly lit cocktail bars. A place she'd only ever been to on rare occasions, usually accompanied by a friend for a specific event, never just casually. She was more of a park-and-stroll, quiet bookstore kind of person. Elmwood Avenue felt like her antithesis. The date on the ticket was last Tuesday. I remembered that evening with the frustrating clarity of a forgotten melody. Emily had called around 6, her voice a little tired, announcing she was working late again. She'd mentioned a crucial deadline, something about a client presentation that had demanded her full attention. She'd promised to be home by 10, and as usual, she had been. She'd walked in, kissed me briefly on the cheek, her scent a familiar comfort of lavender and something uniquely her, and had proceeded to recount the mundane details of her day, punctuated by yawns and the rustle of her work bag being set down. She'd looked tired, yes, but also content, the weary satisfaction of a productive day. Now, this ticket. Zone 7B. I pulled out my phone, the bright screen a stark contrast to the dim interior of the car. A quick search confirmed my vague recollection. Elmwood Avenue, Zone 7B. It wasn't just a street. It was a specific block, notoriously difficult for parking, with meters that fed on coins with a voracious appetite. And it was directly across from the Gilded Spoon, an establishment I vaguely recalled Emily mentioning once. A place with hushed tones and exorbitant prices, where couples went for significant anniversaries or discreet proposals. A tiny, insignificant piece of paper, an oversight surely, a clerical error, but the date, last Tuesday. The day she was working late. The day she'd returned home, tired but seemingly unremarkable. The ticket wasn't just an unpaid bill, it was a timestamp, a silent witness to an unacknowledged presence. My methodical mind, so accustomed to categorizing and filing, began to churn. I replayed Tuesday evening, searching for any incongruity, any subtle deviation from the script of her return. Had her scent been different, a hint of unfamiliar perfume? Had her eyes held a different kind of weariness? The details were infuriatingly absent, swallowed by the comforting familiarity of our routine. I took the ticket inside, my hand trembling slightly as I placed it on the polished surface of our kitchen island. It lay there, a stark white rectangle against the dark granite, a harbinger of disruption. The fine itself, a paltry $25, was laughably irrelevant. The real cost was etched into the very fabric of my understanding. I went back to the car, driven by an almost morbid compulsion. I retrieved the receipt that had been next to the ticket. A crumpled slip from a local coffee shop, dated 2 days before the ticket. A red herring. Then, a tiny, almost imperceptible smudge of what looked like lipstick on the corner of the ticket itself. Not Emily's shade. Hers was always a muted rose, a whisper of color. This was a bolder, richer hue, the kind that suggested a different kind of confidence, a different kind of evening. My methodical nature, once a source of pride in our shared domesticity, now turned inwards, morphing into a grim amateur sleuthing. I found myself poring over the ticket again, dissecting its every detail, the issuing officer's badge number, the precise time of issuance, 9:17 p.m. That meant Emily had been parked there for some time, long enough to be noticed by a meter attendant. Long enough to have missed her self-imposed 10 o'clock return by more than she'd let on. I typed Elmwood Avenue Parking Zone 7B into my search engine again. This time, I looked beyond the mere parking regulations. I looked at the surrounding businesses. The Gilded Spoon. Next to it, Artisan Alley, a small, independent bookstore that hosted poetry readings and late-night jazz sessions. And a few doors down, the Sapphire Room, a jazz club with a reputation for intimate performances and a clientele that valued discretion. All on the same block, all within the same damn zone. The sheer banality of it was what gnawed at me. It wasn't a clandestine hotel rendezvous or a dramatic airport departure. It was a parking ticket. A piece of mundane bureaucracy, a testament to a hurried moment, a misplaced bill from a forgotten excursion, and yet it held the weight of 1,000 unspoken words. I drove to Elmwood Avenue later that afternoon. The afternoon sun glinted off the chrome of the parked cars, and the air hummed with the muffled sounds of urban life. I found the block, identified Zone 7B, and parked my car a few spaces away. I walked the length of the street, my eyes scanning the entrances of the businesses. The Gilded Spoon's polished brass door gleamed. Artisan Alley's windows displayed stacks of well-worn paperbacks. And the Sapphire Room, its entrance discreetly marked by a simple neon sign, beckoned with a subtle allure. It was the sheer ordinariness of the setting that amplified the horror. This wasn't a scene ripped from a spy novel. It was a Tuesday evening in a perfectly respectable part of town. A part of town Emily had no business being in. On that particular Tuesday, at that particular time, on her way home from working late. Quote, I stood on the sidewalk, the ticket clutched in my hand, feeling a profound sense of disorientation. My meticulously ordered world had been subtly, irrevocably fractured by a $25 fine. The emotional arc was a slow, creeping dread. Initial annoyance had morphed into morbid curiosity, then into a gnawing suspicion that tightened its grip with every passing minute. Now, standing on this unremarkable street, it had solidified into a cold, hard anguish. The implications were overwhelming. The working late excuse, the quiet night in with friends, the routine of her days, all of it was now cast in a new, unforgiving light. The ticket wasn't just evidence of a single transgression. It was a breadcrumb, a discarded fragment from a hidden life, a life I hadn't even suspected existed. The monetary value was nothing. The cost was the shattering of my reality, the dismantling of the trust that had formed the very foundation of our marriage. I drove home, the ticket now folded neatly into my wallet, a small, damning artifact. The silence in the car was deafening, punctuated only by the rhythmic swish of the wipers, as if to cleanse the windshield of the truth I now carried. The question wasn't how to confront her with digital evidence or a whispered confession. It was how to face her, my wife, the woman I thought I knew better than myself, with the cold, undeniable and utterly mundane proof of a parking ticket. How do you process infidelity when the irrefutable evidence is a discarded piece of paper, a fragment of a secret life I never knew existed? The thought was agonizing. The reality was unbearable. The drive home was a blur of muted landscapes and a churning internal monologue. The neatly folded ticket in my wallet felt like a burning ember against my thigh. The silence in the car was no longer the comfortable quiet of shared companionship, but a vast, echoing chasm filled with unspoken anxieties. The familiar hum of the engine, once a comforting rhythm, now seemed to mock the disintegration of my meticulously ordered world. Emily was already home when I arrived, a serene tableau of domesticity unfolding before me. She was in the kitchen, humming softly as she stirred something on the stove, the aroma of garlic and herbs filling the air. The scent of lavender and her unique essence, usually a source of profound comfort, now carried a faint, unsettling undertone. She turned as I entered, her smile warm and genuine, a sight that, just hours before, would have filled me with contentment. "Hey, you're back early," she said, her eyes sparkling. "How was the tidying?" I managed a weak smile, the ticket a lead weight in my pocket, just a bit of a clear-out. Getting ready for the coast. My voice felt unnervingly steady, a stark contrast to the tempest raging within me. She wiped her hands on her apron. "Good. I was thinking we could leave first thing Saturday. I've already packed the picnic basket." Her enthusiasm was so pure, so unblemished, that it felt like a physical blow. I nodded, my gaze drifting to the spice rack, perfectly alphabetized, a testament to her unwavering commitment to order. The contrast between her pristine routines and the jarring discovery in the car was a chasm I couldn't bridge. I sat at the kitchen island, the same island where the ticket had lain like an indictment. Anything interesting turn up? She asked. Her brow furrowed slightly with genuine curiosity. This was it, the moment of truth, or rather, the moment of evasion. My carefully constructed composure threatened to crumble. I couldn't lie outright. Not yet. The thought of the lie itself felt like a betrayal, a further corruption of the trust I held so dear. Just some old receipts, I said, my voice deliberately casual. And a parking ticket. Her smile faltered for a fraction of a second, a flicker so brief I almost missed it. Then it returned, brighter, perhaps a touch too bright. Oh no, how did that happen? I thought I was so good about those. Her tone was light, almost dismissive, as if the ticket were a misplaced item, a minor inconvenience. Elmwood Avenue, I said, my voice a low rumble. The flicker returned, more pronounced this time. She busied herself with the stove, her back to me. Elmwood? That's odd. I don't recall parking there recently. The denial, so swift and so absolute, was more damning than any admission. My mind, now firmly in the grip of suspicion, replayed her words. I don't recall parking there recently. Not, I wasn't there, but I don't recall. A subtle, but crucial, distinction. It was last Tuesday, I continued, my gaze fixed on her retreating back, Zone 7B. She turned, a dish towel in her hand, her expression a carefully constructed mask of mild confusion. Last Tuesday, I was working late, really late. Remember? That big client presentation. The words she'd spoken over the phone, the exact words I'd recalled, now sounded hollow, rehearsed. The fatigue in her voice that evening, had it been the honest weariness of a long day at the office, or the manufactured exhaustion of a night spent elsewhere? You seemed tired when you got home, I said, my voice laced with a dangerous softness. But you were just home. You didn't mention being out and about after work. She walked towards me, her movements deliberately unhurried. She sat opposite me, her eyes now steady, perhaps a touch too steady. I was exhausted. I just wanted to come home and fall into bed. Honestly, I barely remember the drive. I must have been completely zoned out. She reached across the island, her hand resting lightly on mine. Her skin felt cool. It's just a ticket, darling. Probably a mistake. They're notorious for those ticketing things around Elmwood. Her touch, which had always been a source of solace, now sent a shiver of revulsion through me. The dismissiveness, the casual brush-off, was a calculated performance. The lipstick smudge, a bolder shade than her usual, whispered a different story. The precise time of the ticket, 9:17 p.m., meant she'd been parked for a significant duration, far beyond a quick errand. A mistake? I echoed, my voice barely audible. Last Tuesday, you said you were working late. That's what you always say when you're working late. But Elmwood Avenue, it's not exactly on your usual route home from the office, is it? Her gaze shifted, a fleeting evasion that spoke volumes. No, I suppose not. But sometimes there are detours, unexpected stops. I can't remember every single moment of every single day, you know. Her smile was a strained, brittle thing. The carefully maintained facade was cracking, and with each tremor, my suspicion solidified into a chilling certainty. My methodical mind, now a tool of interrogation, began to assemble the pieces. The late nights were becoming more frequent, the excuses more elaborate. The client presentations that demanded her unwavering attention. The subtle shifts in her routine, the small deviations that I, in my blind trust, had attributed to the pressures of her demanding career. What were you doing on Elmwood Avenue, Emily? The question hung in the air, heavy with unspoken accusations. She looked away, her gaze fixed on some distant point beyond my shoulder. The silence stretched, thick and suffocating. The gentle bubbling of the sauce on the stove seemed to amplify the stillness between us. She began, her voice cracking. She took a deep breath, and when she spoke again, it was with a forced calm. I met someone. The words landed like a seismic shock rippling through the foundations of my carefully constructed reality. Met someone. The phrase itself was deceptively innocuous, yet it held the power to unravel everything. Someone? I repeated, the word feeling alien and sharp on my tongue. Who? She finally met my gaze, her eyes filled with a strange mixture of shame and a desperate, nascent defiance. His name is David. He's an art dealer. I met him at a gallery opening a few months ago. An art dealer, the Gallery District, Elmwood Avenue. It all coalesced into a sickeningly clear picture. The late nights weren't about client presentations. They were about clandestine meetings. The work was a carefully crafted alibi for a burgeoning affair. You've been seeing him? My voice was a whisper, laced with disbelief and a dawning horror. She nodded, her shoulders slumping. Yes. The confession, delivered with such quiet resignation, was more devastating than any outburst. The meticulous order of our life, the shared wavelength of quiet efficiency, the unwavering honesty I had so confidently believed in, it all lay in shattered fragments around me. My anchor, my haven, was a mirage. For how long? The question was a desperate plea for some semblance of control, some anchor in this swirling abyss of betrayal. A few months, she admitted, her voice barely audible. It started innocently, just talking about art. Then it became more. More. The word hung there, a damning indictment of our shared life. My meticulously ordered world, built on years of predictable affection and unwavering trust, had been systematically dismantled, piece by painstaking piece, by a single, unassuming parking ticket. The monetary value of the fine was utterly irrelevant. The true cost was the erosion of my reality, the dismantling of the bedrock of our marriage. I stood up, the chair scraping loudly against the tiled floor. My hands were clenched into fists. I wanted to scream, to rage, to demand answers that would somehow mend this irreparable breach. But all that came out was a choked sound, a strangled gasp. Why, Emily? The question was not about the affair itself, but about the deception, the careful, calculated lies that had accompanied it. Why the lies? Why not just tell me? She looked down at her hands, her perfectly manicured nails catching the light. I didn't know how. I was afraid. Afraid of losing you, afraid of hurting you. Her voice was a fragile thread, afraid of losing me. By meticulously constructing a parallel life, by weaving a tapestry of deceit, she had, in fact, lost me. The irony was a bitter, acrid taste in my mouth. So you chose to lie, I stated, the accusation stark and unvarnished. You chose to betray me, and then you chose to lie about it. With a parking ticket as your alibi. The banality of the evidence was almost unbearable. It wasn't a dramatic confession in a moonlit alley, or a tearful admission over shared wine. It was a parking ticket, found by chance during a routine car cleanup, a mundane piece of bureaucratic evidence that had become the undoing of our marriage. I walked out of the kitchen, leaving her sitting there amidst the comforting aromas of a home that was no longer mine. I went to our bedroom, the sanctuary that now felt tainted. I sat on the edge of the bed, the same bed we had shared for 8 years, and stared at the wall, my mind a chaotic jumble of thoughts and emotions. The methodical nature that had once defined our shared existence, the systems and routines that I had found so reassuring, now felt like a cruel mockery. Emily's impeccable organization, her alphabetized spices and color-coded calendar, had masked a hidden chaotic truth. Her ability to compartmentalize, to maintain separate spheres of her life, was a chilling testament to her skill in deception. I pulled out my phone, my fingers clumsy and shaking. I opened my browser and typed, "The Sapphire Room." The results flooded the screen. Reviews, photos, the history of a place known for its intimate jazz performances and its discreet clientele. I imagined Emily there, perhaps laughing, perhaps holding hands with David, her usual calm facade replaced by a different kind of glow, the glow of illicit passion. The thought sent a fresh wave of nausea through me. The familiar comfort of our shared existence was gone, replaced by a gnawing suspicion that would forever taint every memory, every shared glance, every quiet evening. The question wasn't how to confront her with digital evidence or whispered confession. The question was how to face her, my wife, the woman I thought I knew better than myself, with the cold, undeniable, and utterly mundane proof of a parking ticket. How do you process infidelity when the irrefutable evidence is a discarded piece of paper, a fragment of a secret life I never knew existed? The thought was agonizing. The reality was unbearable. I looked at the framed wedding photo on my bedside table. Emily, her eyes shining, her smile radiating pure joy. The woman in that photo felt like a stranger, a ghost from a life that had never truly existed. The foundation of my trust, once a bedrock, had crumbled into dust. The predictability I had cherished was a meticulously crafted illusion. The silence in the house was no longer a comfortable void, but a deafening roar, filled with the echoes of unspoken words, of betrayals unacknowledged, of a love that had been systematically undermined. The hum of the vacuum cleaner, once a lullaby, now seemed like a distant, mocking whisper of a life that was irretrievably broken. The parking ticket in my wallet was more than just a piece of paper. It was a gravestone, marking the death of our marriage, a marriage that had been built on the fragile foundation of a lie, revealed by the most mundane of transgressions. The task ahead, confronting her with this damning evidence, felt monumental, a descent into a reality I was not prepared to face. But I had to. For the sake of the man I had been, for the sake of the life I had believed in, I had to bring this fragmented truth into the harsh light of day. The thought was agonizing. The reality was unbearable.